Well, hello YouTube, this is the badassmojo, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build Braton Prime. And I hate how people mention Braton Prime is really bad, but they don't know how powerful this weapon is. Because as soon as you mention Braton Prime, people start comparing it to Soma Prime, which is another like really good weapon. People underestimate this weapon because they think it's like one of those starter weapons for like new players, which is actually not true. This is a really good weapon if you build it right. So yeah, this weapon is mostly a status weapon, and status stuff is basically like good late game, even though they don't look like they're good late game, because people like to see a lot of numbers. People think that whenever you see like huge numbers on your screen, that means you're better than everybody else, basically. But they don't know is whenever armor kicks in, those numbers decline. Those numbers go down really bad. That's when status comes in and basically removes all that armor and goes through it and penetrates everything. So this is a status weapon, and I have 4 forma on this weapon, meaning I formatted it 4 times. I had 4 different like polarities on it, and basically allows me to put on more mods and have more points or capacity. So yeah, I'll show you guys my build. This is mostly a status build. I do have crit in it somewhere, but it's not like based on crit. The whole build is not based on crit. It's a status weapon. So yeah, this is my build. I'm only going to use 1 rare mod. I mean, there's 2 rare mods in there, but one of them is more rare than the other one. You can get this by going to the void and fighting that boss and get it from him, but this one you can only get from Barricatier. So this one, if you get this mod, if you happen to get your chances and get this mod, try to get it as much as you can, like as fast as you can, because this mod is really good. But if you don't have this mod, don't worry, because you can actually replace this with Vital Sense. And yes, I'm saying you should build for a decent like crit and status build, even though I don't have that going on, because I like to see more status chance, because I want my bullets to proc more like corrosive procs, so they will be weaker and the next bullet will hit them harder and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the build. I form a 4 times, 2 eyes and 2 dashes for 90% toxin and electricity. So I'm going to be putting on split chamber and serration for damage, base damage, and multi-shot. Multi-shot meaning you shoot 2 bullets at a time. You get a chance of shooting 2 bullets at a time. Infected clip and Stormbringer for 90% toxin and electricity, which make corrosive. Corrosive is really good against armor. I'm using Malignant Force and High Voltage for more toxin and electricity, and also gives me status chance, which is really good on this weapon, because this weapon has a base 20% status chance and a 10% crit chance. And the last 2 mods I'm going to be using are called Hammer Shot and Point Strike. The reason why I'm using Hammer Shot instead of Vital Sense is because I'm getting a little bit of crit, and also I'm getting status. As I mentioned earlier, I want status more than crit, and this weapon has a 10% crit chance. If I'm going to put on a crit mod, might as well have a crit chance, so it will help me out more, because now that I have 25% crit chance, every 4th bullet would proc a crit, meaning it would basically hit for triple the amount of damage, because I have 3.2 times crit multiplier. So this is the build. If you look at the numbers, I'm mostly relying on that corrosive damage. Even though this is a slash weapon, I'm mostly relying on that corrosive damage, because it's just going to remove their armor. It's not going to totally remove their armor. It's going to basically make them weak enough so where if my slash proc, because this weapon is a slash weapon, if my slash procs, it basically kills them from the inside. So I'll show you guys how this weapon works. I'm not going to be using any warframe specific powers. I even took away Ash, because Ash buffs slash damage. So I take away Ash. I just have my mag. I'm not going to use any of her abilities. I'm going to spawn in a level 100 heavy gunner. I'm going to spawn in a level 100 corrupted heavy gunner, and then I'm going to spawn in a level 100 bombard and show you guys how this weapon works. I'm going to pause their AI because I don't want them to walk around everywhere and try to kill me. And this would basically give you an idea on whether you should get this weapon or not, because this weapon, people ignore it because it seems like an early game weapon, but as I said earlier, it's not. It's really, really good. So pause your AI, and I'm going to spawn them and show you guys how powerful this weapon is. I mean, yeah, Soma Prime has its benefits because it has a 3 times crit multiplier, and it has a really good status and crit chance. But don't, just because that weapon is good or like seems better than this, doesn't mean it is. I mean, yeah, Soma is kind of good. I'm not gonna lie, Soma is really, really good. But don't discredit this weapon. This weapon is just as powerful. So I'm gonna start shooting at this guy, and if you look at that green stuff around his like body, that's the corrosive proc. Basically, he's weak now. And you saw how fast he died. He's a level 100 heavy gunner, and he died. Now there's a corrupted heavy gunner, and this guy has more armor. And let's see how this works against him. So yeah, it's taking longer, but it killed him before a full magazine. I have 25 ammo left in my magazine, and my full magazine is 75. So I shot 50 bullets to kill a level 100 heavy gunner, which is not that bad. If you think about it, this is a really early game weapon that you could probably get really, really fast, but it's really, really good too. So yeah, and time for the heaviest unit. This guy is really, really powerful, and see how much will it take to kill him. So I'm gonna start shooting him. It only took 5 more bullets, actually. 5 more bullets and he was dead. So it took me 55 bullets to kill this guy. And that's not that bad. I don't know if you guys know, but these guys are really, really tough. I mean, if you're gonna use a braton and it kills level 100 enemies, it is really, really worth it. Like, you should definitely like forma this couple of times and try it out. And again, as I said earlier, if you don't have high voltage, replace it with Vital Sense, and you can have basically the same build. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace and justice and all that good stuff. Bye.